Yep. Hey guys, welcome to this, I guess in real life or IRL version of the Almanac. I think it's like the third commentary video I've made. Before I get into what I wanted to talk about, I did release like this cool montage going out with my friends and having a good time going to Cockatoo Island, and then the other it's like a few drum covers that I'm now unlisted. But I guess I always saw this channel as a way to just post whatever I like, and this video is especially one of them because it touches on something that I've noticed a lot, and I think it's something that not a lot of people like to admit, and it's a feeling of not having enough. Let me set the scene, I guess. So I just got home from Costco, yeah? But on the way home, I have Discord on my phone, and I open it, and I mean, it's a really popular server. It has over 300,000 members. It is insanely popular, and the people in there have this general chat where people can really talk about anything. And sometimes I do go there if none of my friends are online at the time, online or in real life. And every time I look in there, they're always so happy, ecstatic, always typing in caps, saying yay, or saying hi in these really rambunctious, ecstatic ways. And they seem really happy with each other, and it really got me thinking, why can't I have something like that? You know what I mean? Why can't I be happy with my friends all the time? And I think it was at that point where I noticed, just in the back of my head, that a lot of these thoughts are rooted in the same thing, which is inadequacy. We don't have enough of what we already have. For my case, it was, not having, friends that I could be happy with all the time. And, it's hard, because social life is an important part of life after all. We are communicative people by nature. That's my dog. But we are communicative people inherently. We love to socialize. We love to talk. And seeing other people being able to do that, and me not being able to, consistently, I started asking myself, well, what's wrong with me? What am I doing wrong? What do I have that they don't? And I think that's where the problem is. Because there's too much telling you what you don't have, indirectly or directly, and almost nothing telling you what you do. And I think it was something quite hard to stomach because, we're surrounded by, inherent comparison all the time. We're always, measuring ourselves up against others, even when we don't know it. At school, when we get our tests back, we compare to everyone else's marks and see how well we did against others, and somehow that becomes something that's tied to us inherently as a statement on who we are. Or in my case, if I see people going along really well, I wonder if I can do it at all. And I think that's one of the most addictive hooks when it comes to this feeling of inadequacy in, you know, seeing what you don't have instead of what you do. It's that innate comparison trap where we keep looking at what we don't have and, you know, less on what we do. Yeah, that's the whole point of it. And I feel like with comparison, if you keep doing it and, you know, trying to, you know, make or find more of whatever, trying to get more or find more or be more of whatever, just to, you know, have more than someone else or be better, you know, it becomes a moving target. It's like you don't know where to stop, because truth be told, there's always going to be someone that'll have more or be better. Like, I always wanted to get the latest, you know, phone, because, you know, it made me feel good, you know. I have the best thing possible or attainable, you know. It's just a phone. What is it gonna do? You know what I mean? And even if I have it, what's it gonna do? Make me happy for a month, and then I see someone with something better and go, oh, I want that, I want that. And yeah, it just keeps going. And you never stop to realize what you actually do have. Sorry. Like, it's just this sense of continuous comparison that is just rife in our lives. In school, at work, like, it's all measured on objective things like marks or percentages or productivity, what you were able to do. So much of who we are suddenly gets tied to, you know, things that we have or things that we do, that we forget what we have and who we are in the middle of it. And sometimes that becomes whole people's lives, you know. Their entire livelihoods become predicated on wanting more and having more because they don't feel adequate. They don't feel like they have enough. And honestly, it's pretty tragic, because I know that there are so many good people in this world who are so capable of so much stuff, of doing so much things, of being great people, and yet they get lost in chasing after the best or more things. It's not their fault, because we all want to feel validated, like we matter, like we belong. And that's okay. But most of the time we can overextend. And I wanted this video to be not like some universal truth video, like all the other commentary YouTubers, or like these people playing Minecraft and like pretending that they're the next Socrates or something. But more of like something I noticed, because that's really what it is. Something that, you know, that we follow unconsciously almost every day of our lives. This like comparison thing. And look, I don't have the solution to curing comparison. I am not, like I said, like, there's always someone better at me at understanding these types of things than I am. There's always someone who'll be better at me at processing these emotions better, and that's okay. That's okay. Because I'm glad that I even have the, you know, the ability to notice these things, like to notice that I'm comparing myself to others and making a statement on my sort of like worth socially when it comes to, you know, whether it comes to phones or people in online or in real life. And I think that's kind of, you know, a temporary thing, you know. You just keep choosing to see what you have. instead of what you don't. Because the more you focus on what you have, the more you can cultivate it, build on it, you know? The more, for example, me, I can work on my existing relationships and make them stronger, then that's better than having lots of friends that I don't really know. I think the best way to combat, this way of comparison is just to work with what you do have. Because, for me, having less meant, being more creative or, more resourceful, I guess. Because there's constraints. There's things you need to work around. And I think that is a pretty good thing against comparison. Constraint versus comparison. Because you can do a lot with even so little. Now, you can recognize the things that we subconsciously follow in modern society. Or, just be able to live with a better sense of the world around you and the rules that we unconsciously follow sometimes. But yeah, all I'm saying is just focus on what you have and work on them. Like my phone. It's not the best phone, but it works. I can call people, browse the internet, talk to people on Discord. Like if I didn't have this at all, I wouldn't be able to do all of that. That's already amazing on its own. I'm grateful that I have a camera to record this on, a microphone, so that the wind and the helicopter that went above me like 5 minutes ago doesn't get in the way of this recording. I'm glad that I have friends who, despite not being happy all the time, still want to see the best in me, and vice versa. Like, I want to see the best in my friends too. And we do that by, planning things, going out together, doing stupid shit. And, I'm grateful for a family that, while they're not perfect either, still want the best for me. And I know that there are some people out there who don't have those kinds of things to be grateful for. They don't have those kinds of things to really cherish, in a sense, or to work on and cultivate. So I guess one of the only things that you can really be grateful for, regardless of anything, is you. I'm grateful that you decided to watch this. I'm grateful that you're able to sit through a 10-minute, I think, of some guy talking to the camera about comparison and constraints and whatever. And I'm grateful that you're here, even if I don't know you. Because every human is a 1 in 7 trillion biological miracle. Just think about that. The odds are insane. It could have been anyone else. But it was you. It was you that... Sorry, someone's sneezing. It was you that came into this world and are now living. Like, there is a reason that you're here. And that's one thing that you can be grateful for, your own life. Because that is the thing that will build everything else that you will have in the future and going forward. Hey! I'm grateful for my dog who decided to come up out of nowhere. This is Mavis. But yeah, I'm grateful that you're watching, and I'm glad that you're here. From just one person to another. Yeah? One person to another. And yeah, that's all I have to say. Like, there's that you do have. You know, I guess there's just nothing telling you that there is, because inadequacy is so powerful. It can push you down very hard. And I'm just here to tell you that have a look at the other side. Have a look at the other side of the coin, you know? Because it's one thing to dream about things that you don't have. But it's another thing to work on things that you do. And so yeah, I hope that can help you, you know, quiet your fears about, you know, feeling lesser than people. Because we're all just trying. And okay, and you know, it's better to, you know, have a look at what you have instead of what you don't. Because in the end, it is what you have. Seriously. So even if there's so much telling you what you don't have and nothing telling you what you do, I'm at least one person telling you what you do have. And that's you. Is that a good video? I don't think you're listening to me. Hey! Can you go down now? No?